Bitcoins! Today is Thursday, December 5th, 2013 at 6:49 p.m. in Warsaw, Poland. MadBitcoins, born in the Carolinas. Well, that is patently untrue. Here are today's MadBits. Bitcoin prices are recovering from this morning's dip, with Coindesk BPI reporting a last of 1014, a high of 1149, and a low of 870. Litecoin prices dipped as well, but recovered to $36. Today's Alpha Lion roar goes out to Steve Landman. Roar! From Alpha Lion Technologies. Bitcoin price crashes as China outlaws Bitcoin for financial institutions. It's not actually as bad as it sounds. Individuals are still allowed to trade cryptocurrencies, but not the banks. Additionally, exchanges like BTC China can still exist, but they must tighten up their identity rules and anonymity is out the window. The price of Bitcoin on Mt. Gox dropped $300 on the news, all the way down to $870, which, as usual, was a fantastic buying opportunity as the price is now back up to $1050. This is quite simply the biggest endorsement that Bitcoin has ever received. David Wu, FX and rates strategist at Bank of America / Merrill Lynch, writes, "We believe Bitcoin can become a major means of payment for e-commerce and may emerge as a serious competitor to traditional money transfer providers. As a medium of exchange, Bitcoin has clear potential for growth, in our view." Meanwhile, for those who take tech advice from octogenarians, Greenspan says Bitcoin a bubble without intrinsic currency value. "It's a bubble," said Alan Greenspan, a ripe youngster at 87, born in 1926, whose first computer was probably a typewriter. Greenspan said today that currency has to have intrinsic value. You really have to stretch your imagination to infer what the intrinsic value of Bitcoin is. I haven't been able to do it. Maybe somebody else can. Mr. Greenspan, I'd be delighted. Have you ever heard of computer software? The little ones and zeros that bounce around inside your computer and make it do neat stuff? Bitcoin, the network, is made up of computer software that tells the computers how to make this incredible network that allows me to send a Bitcoin to you and you to send a Bitcoin to me. There is no company that owns this software. The only way to invest in the payment network of the future is to buy Bitcoins, the currency. When you buy a Bitcoin, you are buying support for the network. It's like buying early stock in Western Union or email. Every time someone sends money over the network, they put more fiat into Bitcoin and the value of your investment goes up. Bitcoin is a network. Its intrinsic value is in the software. Microsoft is valuable because they own software. Apple Computer is valuable because they own software. Cisco Systems is valuable because they own software. Bitcoin is valuable because of the software. Ron Paul, Bitcoin could destroy the dollar. There will be alternatives to the dollar, and this might be one of them, said former Congressman Ron Paul. If people start using Bitcoins in mass, it'll go down in history as the destroyer of the dollar. CNN then follows up with a totally unsupported statement. In fact, all of the support they give it argues against their own ridiculous statement. Based upon no facts, CNN believes it is unlikely that Bitcoin would replace the dollar or other government-controlled currencies. But it could serve as a kind of universal alternative currency that is accepted everywhere around the globe, better than the dollar. Concerned about the dollar's inflation? Just move your cash into Bitcoins and use them to pay bills instead, better than the dollar. Tired of hefty credit card fees? Bitcoin allows transactions that bypass banks, better than the dollar. So it's better than the dollar in every way, and yet it won't replace it? This reminds me of when they said MP3s won't replace CDs, and streaming movies online could never replace the fun of paying late fees at Blockbuster. Maybe it's unlikely that an old world news organization like CNN would know what's coming in the future of technology, and it would be foolish to consult them on technical issues. Kentucky police chief to be paid in Bitcoin. Police Chief Tony Vaughn of a small Kentucky town of Vico is trading in his bank account for a Bitcoin wallet. And why not? No fees, no inflation, and your money actually goes up in value if you leave it there. Why would anyone hold a traditional savings account when you could hold Bitcoin? Bitcoin is the money of the future. Holding anything else makes no sense. El Passion pays most of November's salaries in Bitcoin. El Passion, a Ruby on Rails-based application builder from Poland, is now allowing their employees to be paid entirely in Bitcoin. This is the first company in Poland to go all Bitcoin, and congratulations El Passion, and congratulations Poland. I just hope that your employees don't become too rich to work. Of course, with a track record like that, it would be easy to hire replacements. Who doesn't want to work for Bitcoin these days? Octogenarians, I guess. Everybody else is hip though. Don't break a hip. Ooh, bad pun. Molly Machine t-shirts and kicks. They've got a very attractive fashion model and a stylish set of t-shirts designed to take a look at America's prescription drug addiction and how it can turn you into a machine, for better or for worse. I especially like the robot ones. They're Bitcoin starting now on BitcoinStarter. Donate today to Molly Machine. Until next time, this has been Mad Bitcoins. Mad Bitcoins. Mad Bitcoins. This episode was sponsored by Let's Talk Bitcoin. Let's Talk Bitcoin, the premier Bitcoin podcast. Listen to fascinating interviews, helpful how-tos, and more at letstalkbitcoin.com.